I would like to introduce you as a representative from the University of Guelph. Thank you for coming. And please start the presentation, and then I will be happy to translate everything that people are going to ask it. Also, the questions are going to be answered in the end of the presentation in Portuguese, okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead. Thank you so much for your
Thank you. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Jade. I'm the Recruitment and Enrollment Officer for the English Language Programs at the University of Guelph. Today, we'll be giving you a presentation about the university undergraduate programs, as well as the English language programs that are offered through my department. So to get started, we will start with a video of the University of Guelph to kind of get you an idea of what campus looks like and what your studies would look like when you come to Guelph.
At the University of Guelph, we're united by one common mission: to improve life. Life is full of fun and interesting challenges, and the status quo is no longer enough. We need to collaborate, continue to evolve, and improve. Everything we teach here focuses on the whole person to shape better citizens of the world. Are you ready? Ready to engage your community? Learn better ways to nourish all living creatures. Learn ethical, sustainable business practices. Integrate culture into all fields of study. Learn solutions that safely connect humankind to this planet and beyond. Celebrate diversity and inclusivity. To improve life is our shared challenge. What role will you play? Let's find out.
Perfect. So that was just there to give you an idea of what campus looks like. We have a very green area, green space. So we are located in Canada. In Canada, we have 4 distinct seasons. So currently we are in springtime. It can be mild during the days. It can be cool at night. We're going into the summer, which can be quite hot and humid, up to 30 degrees. We have fall, which is, again, it can be warm in the day, cold at night. And then, of course, winter. We're very well known for our winters. It can get quite cold, but the nice thing is that it does stay sunny, so you still get those blue skies. The University of Guelph is located in Ontario and is located about 1 hour west of Toronto by car. So you can see on the map here, there are 3 red dots. The University of Guelph has 3 locations, or 3 campuses total. All of the programs that I'll be talking about today are located on our main campus in the city of Guelph, which is again 1 hour from Toronto. So the city of Guelph, we're known as the Friendly City. This is a photo of our downtown core. We're ranked as one of the best cities to live in Canada. Some of the reasons for that is because we are a very safe city and we have a very low unemployment rate. So those 2 factors together means that we are a very safe city, a very thriving city. We have lots of outdoor activities for you to do, to get outside and enjoy the nature. Some of those are located on our campus because we have a very large green space. So yeah, medium-sized city. And again, that 1 hour drive from Toronto. All students studying at the university, whether they're in their undergrad, graduate, or English language programs, do receive a bus pass for the city of Guelph, so it does give you that opportunity to travel around the city and see what it has to offer. The rankings of the university are listed here. We are ranked #1 by international students. That goes to show that the supports we have for students in their first years and continuing really do help support the students in any way that they need, both academically and socially. The University of Guelph was founded in 1964. And by 3 of our different colleges coming together to form the university. 2 of our 3 founding colleges are still ranked internationally today. #1 in Canada and #8 in the world for our agricultural sciences. That is, again, one of our founding colleges. We're ranked #1 in Canada for food services, so our food on campus is the best in Canada. It's very delicious. Our second college that was originally founded by the university is our Ontario Veterinary College to become an animal doctor. We are ranked #1 in the world and #1 in Canada and #5 in the world. On campus, we have a variety of great things for you to take part in. We have about 27,000 students on campus. That ranges between undergraduate, graduate programs, both domestic and international. We have over 85 different majors to choose from, lots of different sports clubs to be a part of. Like I said, 3 different campuses and lots of different food locations for you to try out, 7 different dining halls, 13 cafeterias, and lots of coffee shops. Some points of pride of the university that we really want to point out. So the University of Guelph is one of Canada's top comprehensive universities. That means we're good at a little bit of everything and have a little bit of everything. So you'll find some of your regular programs that you find at most universities, but then you're also going to find some unique ones as well. We've gotten top marks for student experience, both domestic and international students, so our supports, both inside and outside of the classroom, really do help support the students in any way that they need. We have quite a lot of money going every year for research funding. We are currently looking at any way we can to help out with the pandemic that's going on. And then we also like to support our students in any way that we can. So in the 2018-2019 academic year, we gave out about $24 million in scholarships and bursaries to students to help offset the cost of tuition. So any way we can help support students with the burden of tuition, we try as much as we can. We also have one of the highest rates of female STEM students in Canada. STEM students, those are science, technology, engineering, and math students, which is historically a male-dominated field. So we have one of the highest rates of female students. And we have lots of students getting jobs within 6 months of graduation, so they're very employable upon completion of their program. Some of the points that are very appealing to international students are listed here. We'll be talking about co-ops, but they are paid, so you'll be getting full-time pay for your co-op work terms. We have a very diverse and welcoming campus. You have the opportunity to meet your English proficiency requirements for the university through on-campus pathways, which I'll be talking about because that's the department I come from. We have a very open and welcoming campus for lots of different cultures. We have over 50 different countries on campus, so we try to diversify our campus as much as possible. And we have lots of supports for students before they even start at the university and then continuing through their studies. One of those being we have an international student immigration advisor. So while you're studying at the university, if you have questions about immigrating to Canada or about your study permit, we do have an immigration officer on campus that is happy to help you with anything that you may need. So for the undergraduate degree programs, all 12 of them are listed here. And like I said earlier, we have about 85 different majors to choose from. So we have a little bit of everything and then some more unique ones. So let's talk about some of the more classic programs you would see. So listed here, we have our Bachelor of Arts majors. There are about 24 different majors here, and this is our most diverse program. And you'll notice all of the majors listed here that have stars next to them. That means that they're offered with co-op. We will explain a little bit more what co-op means, but just know that any of the majors throughout the next few slides that have stars, that does mean they're offered with co-op. Bachelor of Science we have listed here. This is our largest program, one of our largest programs that we have on campus. Because we have the veterinary college, we have a large focus on animal sciences. So we have 4 different majors here related to animals specifically. And then we also have quite a few majors listed here specifically interested in the human body. So biomedical science and human kinetics. A lot of people use those majors to go off onto medical school or physiotherapy school to become a surgeon, those sorts of things. Listed here, we have our business programs and all of the different majors related to those. You'll find your very typical programs and majors like accounting or marketing, but you'll also find some more unique ones like hospitality and tourism management and sport and event management. All of the majors listed here are offered with co-op except for the undeclared major, so they have some very cool work experiences when they go off into their co-op work terms. In the Bachelor of Computing, we have 2 different majors, computer science and software engineering. These are for students that are interested in working with computers, either the hardware side building or the software side coding. So both of those options are covered within these 2 majors. In the Bachelor of Engineering program, this is where you can get your professional designation for engineering. So all the majors listed here are offered with co-op except for undeclared. And you'll find some unique majors listed here like engineering systems and computing or water resource engineering. The University of Guelph has a very big focus on agricultural and environmental sciences, and you'll find a lot of the majors and programs do have environmental aspects woven throughout. Some of the other degree programs that I didn't talk about that are very unique to us is the veterinary science program, which is something you can complete after you've completed your undergraduate degree. And then we also have a landscape architecture program. That's for students that are interested in being an architect for parks or public spaces, not for buildings themselves. So it's a very unique program. I believe there's only 2 of them in Canada and we are one. So it's a very cool and unique program. We have 56 different minors for you to choose from to specialize your studies and make sure between your major and your minor, all of your interests are accounted for. So it's up to you to decide what minor you want, if you want one at all. It's something you would choose once you start your undergraduate studies at the University of Guelph. And we've heard of people doing a variety of different combinations. You could study psychology and minor in entrepreneurship. So if you wanted to open your own practice, you would have that business understanding. Or if you know you want to move to a different country like Italy, you could take Italian as one of your minors and understand the language component that's needed to be successful in your career in Italy. So we've talked a lot about co-op, all the different majors that are offered with the co-op option. So we have the 3rd largest co-op program in Ontario. So that means we have more than 3,500 students studying in the co-op program. This is where students are able to complete 3 to 5 work terms, paid work terms, throughout their degree. So that means some semesters they'd be studying in their classes like normal, and some semesters they would take a break and go work at a different company or place of employment for a semester or 2. The great thing is that it is paid, so you're earning a full-time paycheck those semesters that you're out on your work terms, and it's a great way to help offset your cost of tuition and also learn about what careers or what job pathways you are interested in and not interested in. We have a website for students that can look for their co-op jobs on, so employers are posting looking specifically for Guelph co-op students. We also strongly recommend that students do self-network and find jobs on their own. And you can do your job anywhere in the world. If you want to stay in Guelph or in Canada, you can. If you want to try a new country or move back to Brazil, it's all up to you. As long as it's paid and it fits within your program requirements, that's something that we definitely recommend. Oh, went ahead too much. When you are starting off at the University of Guelph, we have orientation week and different ways for people to kind of get to know what the university is like before they even come on campus. So those START programs, Start Online or Start International, those are online resources for you to get to know people that are starting at the same time as you, and you can kind of network and get to know some of them. And then once you arrive, we have orientation week and lots of other supports to make sure you'll be successful, both socially and academically. Supported learning groups and the library learning commons are great ways to get some peer tutoring in some of the classes that you might not be as successful in as you thought. So any way that we can help, the library has lots of opportunities to support you. Our gym is one of the great things that I like to point out to people. We just got a $7 million expansion to our gym 3 years ago, so it's pretty state-of-the-art now. This is where you'll find all of our varsity students studying and working out. So Varsity Sports, Those are sports that you need to try out for. They are very hard to get on, and if you're interested in any of the sports listed, it's something you can talk to with the coach about trying out for. If you like sports but you don't want to be a part of a varsity team, we have lots of different intramural sports that you can join. We have one of the largest participation in intramural sports in Canada, and it's a great way for you to continue playing sports that you enjoy, like basketball or baseball, but it's also a great way for you to get to learn or get to try out sports that you've never tried before. There are 4 different levels of competitiveness, so if you want to try out a sport for the first time, you're not going to be playing against somebody who has been playing it their whole life. We encourage all students to get involved in any way that they can. If they're not sporty, then there are other ways to get involved. We have lots of different clubs and organizations for students to be a part of. Over 200 different types of clubs, and they span a variety of different topics. If you don't find one that you like, you can always start one of your own. And then we have lots of different student governments and student experiences, volunteer opportunities that you can take part in. We find making sure that students are getting involved really just enhances their university experience and gets them to know the culture and the community around them. So listed here, we have the tuition costs for international students studying in their undergraduate degrees. So you'll see the tuition listed here. There's a range. So from the $24,300 to $33,551. These are all in Canadian dollars, and this is a range because some programs have different pricings. So your Bachelor of Arts will be on the lower side at the $24,000, and your Bachelor of Engineering will be on the higher side at $33,000. We have a variety of different other fees that are listed here. Residence you'll also find is on a scale. It depends on what room style and what room size you have. And your meal plan, how much you eat, will depend on how much you have to pay. So again, listed down here in Canadian dollars is kind of that range that we kind of say your first year will be. On the right-hand side here, we have great scholarships that are listed for students that are applying for their undergraduate degree. So students that have a high academic average when they apply will automatically be considered for one of the merit-based visa student scholarships. So students can get awarded anywhere from $5,500 to $8,500 Canadian dollars based on their academic average, and there's no application required for that one. We also have the International Registrar's Entrance Award, and this is for students that are on financial need basis. And we can offer anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 Canadian dollars to help offset that cost. That one does require an application. There are lots of other scholarships that students can apply for. There's a link that we can provide, but once you become a university student in your upper years, there are lots of scholarships that they can take advantage of. So there are 2 different ways to apply to both programs. For the undergraduate program, you can apply directly through our university website or through the Ontario University's Application Center website. That's if you want to apply to any other universities in Ontario as well. And then for our language programs, which I'm just about to talk about, you can apply through our online medium or through email. But again, Carmen is here to help support you in any of your studies at the University of Guelph. She's a really great resource, and she can help you with your application process. So she is the best resource to use before going to these websites.
Thank you.
So next we will talk about the English language programs, which is the department that I'm from. It's for any students that need to upgrade their English to meet the university's requirements before going off into their studies, whether that be undergraduate or graduate studies. Today we will be talking about 4 different programs. They're listed here, and we'll talk about the differences between them and try to keep them all straight. There's a few nuances. So the first program we're going to talk about is the Integrated Admission Pathway. This pathway is for students that want to start their university undergraduate degree right away while upgrading their English at the same time. Students must meet all of the academic requirements to their program, but they just don't meet the English language program requirements. So the English language requirement for the University of Guelph to get direct entry is a 6.5 IELTS with no band lower than 6. To be accepted into the integrated admission pathway, students need a 5.5 IELTS or a TOEFL of 56. So there's 2 bands lower than the university requirement. This is a 12-month program where you will complete 5 degree credit courses towards your degree and within 3 semesters. And then at the end of those 3 semesters, after you've completed all of the requirements, you will start your full-time undergraduate degree. The way this program works, we have 3 different programs and a variety of different majors that are associated with this pathway. So in the Bachelor of Science, we have the mathematical science major and the environmental geoscience major, including co-op. For the Bachelor of Commerce program, we have the undeclared major, and for the Bachelor of Arts, all 24 majors that were listed on that slide I showed you earlier are included, including any of the co-op options. So say if you're interested in studying in psychology, you could apply to the integrated admission pathway with a 5.5 IELTS, and you'd be able to do that program. So the visual way of picturing how this program works, it's 3 academic semesters. We start every September. So this September, we'll start a cohort of students. So this September, you would start in your English language pathway courses, and you would complete 1 degree credit course towards your degree. So this is a sheltered course. That means that you will be in that academic course with only other students that are in the pathway with you. The professor knows that you're still learning English and you haven't quite gotten to the university's English requirements yet, and there's lots of supports to help you through the academic studies. In your second semester, you will continue taking your English language pathway courses, and this time you'll be taking 2 credit courses towards your degree. These are not sheltered, so you'll be in with all other undergraduate students, but the professor does know that you're in the class, again, still learning and bringing your English up to the university requirements. In the last semester, you'll finish off your language courses and 2 more credit courses towards your degree. So at the end of the 12 months, you will have upgraded your English and completed 5 degree credit courses, and then you'll be able to go on to start your full-time undergraduate degree studies in your program of choice. The English language pathway courses that you'll be taking throughout the 12 months focus on all 5 aspects of the English language to make sure you're successful in all components of your academic and social life while at the university. And the cost for this program is listed here. The tuition fee, 29,500 Canadian dollars. That is for the full 12 months. We do take that in installments, so you don't have to pay all of that upfront. That would be a lot of money. So we do take it in installments to make the financial burden a little bit less. So the next program we're going to talk about is the English Language Certificate Program. There are 2 options here. You can do with conditional admission or just the language studies. So this is kind of what the next few programs are built off of. The English Language Certificate Program is a 10-level pathway, or sorry, a 10-level program where you can come in at a high basic level and study all the way up to advanced. We have 7 weeks per level, and again, 10 levels to complete. So students will be taking a variety of different classes to focus in on their English skills, and they'll be completing 1 hour of conversation tutor and 1 to 2 hours of buddy program, and we will talk about those. So if students want to come in and study in engineering, for example, and they just want to study English, they can come in, take the placement test. Maybe they test into level 7 or 8, then they complete level 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then they meet the language requirements for the university. The other option is, say you've applied directly to the university and you don't meet the language requirements, but you have an offer for the University of Guelph. So you have your engineering offer already for this fall, but you're not going to meet the language requirements. You could use conditional admission, so you defer your offer of admission to your engineering program for 1 year, and then you come study in our language program. So there's 2 options there. And then we have the guaranteed admission pathway. This is for students that have no post-secondary education and who maybe don't meet the academic requirements of the university. Say your final year of high school was a little bit harder than you intended, and you don't have the grades that you're looking for, and you want to go into either the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Commerce major. This is a great way for you to be able to upgrade your English and show your academic competency at the same time. So the way this pathway works is you'll take the placement test into the English Language Certificate Program. You'll continue studying through your different levels. Once you get to level 7 and 8, or 8 and 9, and between those 2 levels you have an 80% average or above, you are then eligible to start studying in your online credit courses. You need to complete 4 credit courses towards your degree with a 70% average or above, and complete all 10 levels of the pathway in order to start studying full-time in your undergraduate degree in the Bachelor of Commerce or the Bachelor of Arts. So all of those instructions that I just said are listed here again. So again, you have to complete levels 7 and 8, or 8 and 9 with an 80% average or higher. When you're able to do that, you can start taking your credit courses. You need to complete 4 of them with a 70% average or higher. And once level 10 and your 4 credit courses are done, you'll be able to start your full-time undergraduate degree. Currently, because of everything that's been going on with the pandemic, all of our programs are offered online. We're very fortunate to be in a department that has access to the people that are very proficient in putting programs online. So all of our teaching outcomes and learning experiences have not been compromised by the pandemic. So all of our integrated admission pathway and English language certificate program courses have been moved online. So it's still meeting all of the academic standards and curriculum requirements of the programs. And because it's moved online, we have reduced the student service fees by 50%, as some of the student service fees, like the bus pass or your gym membership, you can't use, obviously, because you're not on campus. So to give you an idea of what 1 week would look like for an online class, we have a flow chart here to show you how that would work. So you'd start off with 1 hour of live lecture. So that would be your professor or teacher talking at you live, kind of like we're doing right now. Then you would go into your practice. So you can do 5 or more hours, as many times as you want, of practicing. This is a great way to self-pace your own learning. Then you'll have another 2-hour live seminar with your teacher where everyone has to be online at the same time. Again, another 5 or more hours of practice. And then you'll have the wrap up, which is a test or assignment that shows your comprehension of what you were learning that week. So just to give you an idea of kind of what our online learning looks like right now, that's pretty much what it looks like for each week. So for the English language certificate program and the guaranteed admission pathway, they are very similar. They have 6 intakes a year. So right now we are currently in the first of our summer terms. And we still have, there's still time for people to apply for our summer B term if they're interested to start studying with us at the end of June. The fees are listed here. Like I said earlier, the English language certificate program is in 7-week increments. So if you only want to study for 1 level, 7 weeks, your fees are listed here. If you want to do 2 or more levels, it's cheaper if you pay for 2 at a time. So that's why we have 2 separate fee structures. So there's the one-time application fee that's non-refundable. You have your tuition fees, your student service fees. Again, if you are studying with us online, the 50% reduction is listed here. And then we have our medical insurance. All students studying on campus need to have medical insurance, so we can provide it for you. Or if you have your own, you can show proof of that and we can take that fee off. Obviously, right now, we don't have to charge medical insurance, but just so you know, if you do come study with us on campus in the future, that is one of the requirements that we will have. So the last program we will talk about is the Graduate Preparation Diploma Program. This is for students that are interested in doing master's or PhD studies in Canada. So this is for students that have already completed their bachelor's degree somewhere else. So the way this program works, it is an 8-month program that looks at your language specifically for your academic skills for a master's or PhD in Canada. So you'll be taking your different language skills, but then also there are different modules that will look at your critical thinking and writing needed to be successful in those programs. So students will have already, the entry requirements is having completed already a 4-year bachelor's degree from a recognized university with a B to B+ average, and a serious commitment to studying in graduate studies, hopefully at Guelph, but also somewhere else in Canada. And then because it is an 8-month pathway, we do have a minimum IELTS or TOEFL requirement of 5.5 or 46. So we do list the the graduate preparation program as 8 months. That's assuming students are able to place directly into level 9 of our language program. So there is a chance that it could take a little bit longer than 8 months if you place a little bit lower. So that's just something to keep in mind. So the fees listed are listed here for the graduate preparation program. Again, there are 6 intakes a year for this program as well. So there's still time if you are interested in starting studying with us. There's 3 more intakes for the year. Because this program is 8 months, we just have fees listed here of the $150 application fee that's non-refundable, the tuition, student service fees, and the medical insurance. With this program, we do require that the tuition is paid upfront at the beginning of the program. We are aware that it is a lot of money, but it's to help with the strength of the letter of admission to help students get visas from specific countries. So there is reasoning behind why we ask so much up at front, but just so you know, it's to help with the strength of the letter. So all of the language programs that we talked about, they all have access to all of these great ways to get engaged with other students on campus and with the campus community. So we have the buddy program, we have conversation tutors. So these are both ways for you to get to meet domestic Canadian students, practice your conversational English, and get to know about the culture and community. We have lots of volunteer programs, and library memberships when you're on campus. You're able to get athletic memberships, again, that international advisor, and lots of different fun activities for students to take part in. So our buddy program, this is one of our favorite things to talk about. This is where you're matched up with a student based on your preferences and the things you like to do. And so we match you with somebody. So for me, I like eating pizza and watching movies, so they would try to match me with a University of Guelph student that has the same interests as me. So that's something you could do together. It's a great way for you to get to know about the culture at the city of Guelph. They can show you great places to go for foods and drinks. And it's just a really great way for them to show you around campus and have a local mentor. There are 2 different ways students can choose to live on campus when they're studying with us, both so there's 2 options. This is the homestay option, which is where you're living with a family in the city of Guelph. You become part of their family, and we try to match you based on your living preferences. So if you're a vegetarian, we will match you with a family that is also cooking vegetarian food. It's a great way for, again, for you to be immersed in the culture and have a home away from home. The fees are listed here, the application fee, the monthly, and the daily fee, again, all in Canadian dollars. The other option is for students to live on residence. We have residence buildings all over campus. There are lots of options to choose from. This is on a lottery system. So on your residence application, you would rank your top 4 building choices and your top 4 room styles, and we would try to accommodate one of those preferences. And students can choose to live in academic clusters or living in learning communities, like the English Learning House. So if you wanted to live in a residence area where other people were also learning English, you could apply to be in that area. Otherwise, you can live anywhere in any residence. And again, it's a great way to get to know domestic and international students, practice your English all the time, and really get integrated with the community and culture. People always ask me why study at Guelph. So I've kind of summed it up in 10 points. So we have a well-supported academic program with English, in the English program. So all of our students are supported in any way that they need. All of our teachers and professors teaching in the English program have a minimum of a master's degree, and they've taught in many different countries, so they're very, very well versed in teaching. We have very small class sizes. There's no more than 15 students per class, which is very important because you need that one-on-one time with your professors to practice your English as much as possible. Your classrooms are located all throughout campus, so you'll get to meet and interact with undergraduate and graduate students while you're traveling around campus to get to your different classrooms. The buddy program, you get to meet those domestic students and hopefully meet a friend that you'll have for a long time that's a local friend. We have a really great homestay program with our homestay coordinator matching you with families that really match your personality as well. We have lots of weekly activities that we encourage our students to take part in. We have a lot of great wonders of the world within driving distance of our campus. You can go see Niagara Falls or the CN Tower, go shopping in the city of Toronto. There's lots of options to get out there and see what's around. We have lots of environmentally conscious activities that are going on campus. And again, we are just that 1 hour drive from Toronto and 40 minutes from the airport. So it's very easy to get into the big city if you want to go in for something special, and traveling home, you don't have to go very far to get to the airport. All of our contact information is here, but like I said, Carmen is your best source of information. If you are interested to see what campus looks like on a day-to-day basis, you can always follow the social media accounts, Snapchat, Instagram, and that's a really great way to see what campus looks like every day. But otherwise, we're at the question and answer period. So Carmen will help me translate to Portuguese. But if anybody has any questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat, and then we can go from there.
Okay. So the only question that I have it now is about one of my students he wants to do a transfer.
Okay.
He's still have 1 year left at the university in information technology. And he would like to transfer to Guelph.
Okay.
Can you tell about how we can do the transfer, and then I can translate it to him?
Sure. Yeah, so transfer applications are on a case-by-case basis. So if you are interested in coming to the University of Guelph, you could apply directly to the undergraduate office, to the transfer application center, and they would look at your transcript of what you've completed at your own university, and they will see any courses that they can get equivalency for at the University of Guelph. It may add time onto their program, but the admission process for transfer students is very unique and very case by case.
Okay. Joan, this is for you. Ok, Joan, eu estou tentando, vou te tentar responder em português o que a gente falou. Na verdade, eles analisam caso por caso os candidatos que vão aplicar para a transferência, né? Tem que ver o que matérias são as que vão reconhecer e tudo mais. Mas você pode ganhar tempo. Eu sei que você falou para mim que você quer vir agora em setembro. Então, a maneira mais rápida de poder vir seria, de repente, se matricular naquele 7 semanas de curso de inglês que a gente tem, oferece aí, para, enquanto isso, ganhar tempo para revalidar as matérias, ou que se reconhecer as matérias e terminar a tua matrícula, confirmar as matérias que vão ser reconhecidas, mas antes disso a gente já pode fazer a matrícula combinada, que seria o pathway. É a matrícula amarrada do curso de inglês mais o curso acadêmico. As duas matrículas se fazem ao mesmo tempo, então, para transferência, tá? Então, a gente já precisaria dos teus documentos, dos transcripts da universidade, o histórico escolar, com todas as notas. E depois, mais na frente, a gente pode até ir vendo também o negócio de reconhecer as matérias, por causa dos sílabos. Então, a gente precisaria também dos sílabos traduzidos, tá? Mas a gente, para ganhar tempo, vamos fazer logo a matrícula, para você já ir começando esse curso de 7 semanas, se você quer fazer o curso acadêmico em setembro. Se não, o que você pode fazer, que faria 7 semanas antes, né, em final de julho, eu acho, ou em julho começaria, e daí vai começar o curso acadêmico em setembro. Se não, a gente faz, você faria, então, as 7 semanas em setembro, não, então, em outubro, e daí você iniciaria o seu curso de acadêmico em janeiro, para ter mais certeza das matérias que eles vão te reconhecer até lá. Então, você que sabe. Aí a gente pode falar depois por e-mail, tá? Então, enquanto isso, vamos ver que outras perguntas vocês têm. Se tiver mais alguma pergunta, é só escrever aqui no chat. Eu não lembro muito bem do caso de todo mundo aqui. Eu sei que o Sidney talvez tenha alguma pergunta, o Wellington, ou a Jay, o Wellington, ou a Sidney, bom, ou Esta, vocês o que sabem, vocês podem perguntar aqui no chat. ok? Tem uma pergunta aqui do Sidney. Ele quer saber cursos de TI. Jay, can you specify what courses you have in IT, in information technology?
In the undergraduate programs?
Yes, in undergraduate.
Yeah, so I would say for IT, the closest we have is that computer, the Bachelor of Computing. So the computer science or the software engineering. So software engineering is all the IT side of things and the computer programming.
Yeah. Computer programming. Okay, but I think that you mentioned it in one of the screens, right? The
Yes.
courses that you have it in there.
I can go back to it.
Yeah, it's better for people to see it. Because I guess that Sydney and John, they have it,
Yes.
both, they have it the same case. They are looking for computer technology or information technology programs.
Right, so, one second here.
Ok,
There we go.
Sydney e João, ela está colocando aqui a tela onde tem os cursos na área de computação, de IT. Se vocês querem ver, se tiverem mais alguma pergunta, é só perguntar. Esses são os cursos. E can you show after, or can you tell me what will be the post-graduation, the masters in IT as well, if they, because I'm not sure if they are going to wait until they finish their university or they will apply now.
Right, so the
Masters in computer technology.
Yeah, I know we have some. You have the view book, the grad view book?
Yeah, I will send it to them. No?
Yeah, because that will have all the information. I don't have a lot of information on the graduate programs just because they're so unique, but there definitely are information technology masters available.
Okay. Yeah, Sydney still said he's going, he still have time to finish his university. Probably he's more interested in transfer.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What else? I don't think that there is more questions in here. Let me ask it here. Wellington, você tem alguma pergunta para fazer aqui? Se você quiser, é só entrar aqui no chat e perguntar. Ok? Wellington ou... Bom, tem mais duas pessoas aqui que eu não sei, não conheço bem, mas poderiam perguntar também em português, não? Qualquer pergunta. E se não tiver mais perguntas, daqui a pouquinho a gente vai acabar essa apresentação. E vocês não esquecem de me procurar, eu vou colocar aqui os meus dados, o e-mail, e vocês já têm, porque eu já mandei o convite para vocês, mas vou colocar meu telefone, meu WhatsApp, para vocês poderem me escrever, se comunicar comigo. E vocês já sabem que meu WhatsApp é 1204 612 6941. 1204 612 6941. Isso é o WhatsApp. E o e-mail é carmenzé@overseasfrontiers.com. Então, qualquer pergunta, a gente pode continuar falando por e-mail ou por WhatsApp. E a gente vai terminar, então... o Wellington acabou de fazer uma pergunta. Okay, Jade, I have one more question for Wellington.
Sure.
This is another student. Ele diz que ele tem interesse em mestrado, mas ele é graduado em farmácia. He's graduated in pharmacy, and he is looking for a master, and he's working in that area since 2017, and then he will look for a master in pharmacy. Do you have something available for him?
A master's in pharmacy we don't have. In Canada, pharmacy school is a professional school. So We don't have it at the University of Guelph. There are other universities in Ontario that do, but sadly we don't have the Masters of Pharmacy.
Okay, I will tell him. Thank you. Oh, Wellington, unfortunately, disculpa, eu acabei de saber que a Guelph, University of Guelph, não tem aquele Master em farmácia. Eu acho que vamos ter que... Vou te dar opções em outras escolas, então outras universidades, ok? Muito obrigada. Então, isso é tudo para você por enquanto agora, e muito obrigada por participar da conferência. Thank you, Jay, for the presentation, and thank you everyone to be here with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bye.